Welcome back to another video. I wanted to record a quick video today about productivity. So specifically, if you're having issues around being productive, around being motivated, around getting things done, being enthusiastic, helping you stay focused, it's important to know how you operate. So you want to arrange your calendar in such a way that's basically fulfilling two criteria. First of all, you're leveraging the energy that you have, the specific type of energy, so that whatever you're doing during that time is optimal for that state of energy. So, in other words, if you're very productive during the morning, if you feel like you have the ability to focus, you're very creative, then do a lot of your creative focus work in the morning. Some people do that in the evenings. A lot of artists are like this, entrepreneurs are like this, but there are people who wake up early, people who go to sleep late. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you want to really pay attention to how you operate, and you want to have the same schedule on a regular basis. So you want to be able to be consistent, because to be successful at anything in life, you have to be persistent. Like, you have to continue trying new things, iterating. You have to continue moving forward and make modifications, but you also have to be consistent with the routine or with the process that you're going through. So you basically want to find a process that works for you and stick to it on a consistent basis. And then make sure, that's the second part. So set up your calendar, set up your process in a way that is reflective of your specific energy states, and whatever you're doing at certain times in the day are reflective of your energy states. For another example is working out. You may not have energy in the morning. You may have peak energy around in the afternoon. So the best time to work out is perhaps after breakfast. If you have breakfast, if you don't have breakfast, then maybe without breakfast. So you really want to pay attention to yourself and find out how you operate, and then organize your schedule around that so you can be the most productive as possible. And then also factor in time that you need for your relationships and this and that. The second point is the fact that you should have places in your calendar where you're accountable. That's why meetings are important. Meetings, calls, whether they're one-on-one calls, group calls, sales calls, whatever the case is, that you want to have things on your calendar where you're accountable to somebody else other than yourself. Because you could talk about self-accountability, and self-accountability is important, and that does tend to be developed over time, especially when you're running your own business or you're doing things that where other people are not going to be checking up on you, and you have to be self-accountable. Typically speaking, that's like what you eat and the fact that, well, either you work out or you don't work out. But fundamentally, it's really the things that you're completely autonomous over. So, because the thing is that if you work for a company, then you just have to be there. As an example, you have to show up 9 to 5 or whatever the case is, and you have to do the work. Otherwise, you don't get paid and you get fired, right? So that doesn't require self accountability. That's external accountability, right? So self accountability is if you're either doing your own thing or running your own business. So that's one side. And or if you have a job and there's an external accountability force system basically exerting accountability over that part of your life, then the other parts of your life you have to be self accountable for. How you treat your children, if you have children, how you treat your body, how you treat your mind, what you do outside of the time when you're not working, etc. So it's about having accountability systems. So the more you can create a system where you're accountable to other people, the better it is, because you can tell yourself that you're going to do something and then not do it, but you can't really systematically tell people that you're going to do something and not do it, especially in a professional setting. Which means if you have meetings on your calendar, as an example, if you're meeting with a client or you're meeting with somebody, your personal trainer, you paid for a group class or a one-on-one class or something, you're not just going to not go. You're going to do it. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you're moping around, even if you're dragging your feet, you're going to do it. It's also going to help you engage parts of your brain that require interaction with another human being to solve a problem or to do something creative, as an example. But you're also being productive, and also you're structuring your day around those particular things where you do have that external accountability, even to your own employees, for example, because you know that if you don't fulfill those duties, then things will actually fall apart. And when you have other things relying on you, other people relying on you, you're more likely to be solid and strong and accountable to that process, and less likely to slip and fall off the path and engage in different vices and do self-destructive behaviors, etc., etc. So keep those two things in mind. and guarantee that your days will be a lot more productive when you really optimize your calendar. So what you do during the day in accordance with your energy levels as they proceed through the day. That's number one. And number two is making sure that you have places where you're accountable, not only to yourself, but to other people and other things external to you. So that way you're having other things, other people relying on you. So you know that you're going to have to perform. So hope that was helpful, and leave it there. It was nice, short, and sweet. And if you found this video helpful, valuable, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. And that's it for me. I'll see you soon.